Good morning and welcome to the Mastering YouTube webinar. Please welcome your presenter today, Rik Courtney from Be More Social. Good morning, Rik. How are you this morning? We just need to unmute you there, Rik, I think. Oh.
I'm done. How are you?
Perfect. Very well. Thank you, Rik. So yeah, I'll let you crack on and thank you very much for coming to present today.
No worries. Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me. Listen, as we said before, all the questions in the chat box, our kind friend Rory is going to help us facilitate all those questions. We honestly like to give a true review or reflection of what you should be doing to make sure that your YouTube channel is a success. So you're going to hear a lot of theory, you're going to hear a lot of genuine understanding before you even get to YouTube, if I'm honest with you. Now we, throughout this, I would say 14 years of using social media as a whole, have gone through a lot of education. We've done the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we've made every mistake going so that we can help you not make any mistakes moving forward. Why I feel qualified to be able to deliver you this webinar is that I've been in marketing for 24 years, since before the internet was even a thing, as much as I hate to admit it. Okay, the internet wasn't a thing. We didn't have any fancy Apple Mac computers, and we kind of, back in those days, in the good old days, we essentially sold through thoughts and feelings. Through, yep, I created TV adverts, but they had meaning behind it, and they had a message behind it. And this is what I want to take forward through all of this webinar with you today. All right, what I want you to consider is, what is the meaning, what is the message, why are you even broadcasting on YouTube, on social media, full stop? What is your value proposition? And again, consider that throughout all of this speaking today. All right, we're going to be talking about keywords, tags, profile pictures, and all those kind of things. Yes, there are tick boxing suggest scenarios. All right, have you done this? Yes, I have. Have you done that? Yes, I have. However, the true thing that genuinely works on YouTube is if you understand your audience so much so that they want to hear from you. Consider entertaining, educating, and inspiring people. Consider why you watch a YouTube channel right this moment in time. You love the creator, the presenter. You get so much value from the broadcast. You know, all of these things have to be considered moving forward. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of get into it. I want everybody to get as much from this as possible. So please keep your questions coming. We're going to have a break about halfway through. So it's really, really important that throughout all of this, no matter what stage we're at, because I'll go back to the stage, please ask those questions. And what I will do is I will answer them in the full. We'll break it around 11 o'clock. Then we'll come back 5 minutes later. Okay. Now, what I want to do in this presentation is give you kind of the toolkit that you have to understand to create a successful YouTube channel campaign, a well-watched channel for your efforts moving forward. Again, first of all, I'm going to share with you some of the things that we use, not only to just sort of make sure we get found on YouTube, but also some of the suggestions that we use to be discovered and to sort of be engaged with. Because one thing you've got to understand, all of these platforms that we'll be using to promote your YouTube channel don't like you doing it. They don't. Facebook particularly does not like you sharing a YouTube link in a status update. It's very important to understand that you're not going to be able to use YouTube to do so. And LinkedIn also doesn't like you using YouTube to sort of take you away from LinkedIn and into YouTube experience. Now, what I want you to understand is that you're creating videos for YouTube. If you can create 10-minute long videos, you then have the opportunity to spread your digital footprint as far and as wide as possibly can be. You have what is the most powerful search engine, Google, that owns YouTube right at this moment in time. YouTube actually is the second biggest search engine. So understanding that people are using YouTube to identify means and ways of solving problems, means and ways of finding something new out, and it should be you that they're finding right at this moment in time. All right. Now, we have here a lot of interesting things to share with you. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. The real issue is getting started. So many people say, do you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel and it's going to be about this, it's going to be about that. And one thing that doesn't happen is they just wait. They don't start it. They kind of, for me, it's a little bit lackluster. They have an idea. You've got so many YouTube channels right at this moment in time set up and established with one video there. Or there might be another kind of flurry of inspiration and then there's another video there. And there's no substance. Therefore, YouTube just assumes that you're not interested, nor are you taking this seriously. We spoke about algorithms right at the beginning for Facebook and LinkedIn. YouTube too has probably one of the most complex algorithms out there. And if you're using this platform sporadically, as I did 3 years ago, then they're not going to reward you with the views that you deserve. So what I want you to do is understand that you've got to start, but what you have to do when you do start is be committed, because for every minute that goes by and for every minute that we decide to procrastinate and not start a YouTube channel, there are thousands of other creators coming onto the system. Other opportunities missed the more and more we sit on this. So what I want people to do is take note of what we're talking about today and really act on it and make sure that whatever happens from this day on, even if it is a weekly YouTube video that you're putting out, just commit for the next 3 months and see what value it actually does bring you. What I want you to do is learn how YouTube actually works. Now, we're going to give you some insights, but there's nothing better than understanding how YouTube works than by getting started with it yourself, okay? Our first video was not great. It was pretty ugly. It was clunky, but you have to start somewhere. You have to sort of, stick your neck above that parapet and give it a go, okay? You have to gain confidence. You have to use on a regular basis. You have to make your mistakes, add your tags, write your description, and be okay with just getting 2 and 3 views. It all starts from somewhere, and don't ever get despondent. Look, you'll see this video here has 54 views on it. And average my video, and I'm not going to be peacocking or anything like that today. I'm pretty proud of what we've created. We've only got 217 or so subscribers, but they've come on organically over the last 6 months, because what we've done is we decided to take our YouTube channel really, really seriously, as serious as if we were managing it for somebody else, okay? And as a consequence now, we're generating leads, we're building relationships up with our incumbent customers. You just need to think about the other benefits of what having a YouTube channel gives you. The presence that it gives you as well online is pretty powerful too, especially if you're consistent. But the more you use it, the more you stick your neck above that parapet and get in front of the camera and build a personal brand around your logo and start using it, the more confident you're going to be, the more reward you're going to get from the Google's algorithm, and again, the more opportunities that you're going to meet along the way. But what I want you to consider is a strategy that I want you to follow, and ask yourself, what do you want the channel to achieve? Okay, hitting 10,000 subscribers or 1 million views is not it for me. It's not kind of like what makes me tick, not really what makes me get up and get excited in the morning. People want to know what they can gain from your content, okay? That's first of all how you're going to get the views. But I want you to consider first of all is, if I'm going to go to the effort of sitting there for 10 minutes and doing 4 or 5 takes, which is an hour gone of your time, let's be real about it, and then edit it maybe in Canva. You can edit videos in Canva, very, very simply done, no problem at all. What do I want to achieve for that 1 hour a week that is going to take me? And probably more. It could be best part of 2 hours it's going to take you every single week to create a consistent value add video. What do you think that you're going to get from all of this effort? Us, it's leads. We call it authority marketing. We want to create an authority in our field, so much so that when people look at our content, they don't think of anybody else. We're working in a very, very busy, competitive environment. I'm up against people like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, all talking about YouTube and social media marketing and, being the best out there right at this moment in time. So we're really fighting against the sort of wind here, if I'm honest with you. And there's other experts out there that are shouting the word on YouTube and doing their own thing. But we're not going to let that deter us, because what we have is we actually have a strategy that we're going to follow. Think about who is your target audience. Try to be as specific as you possibly can, because you might find the direction of your broadcast will actually change. Now, we thought our target audience are entrepreneurs, business leaders, owners of companies and things like that, that are going to want to know a little bit about social media, but they're also going to want to know a little bit about me as well. They're also going to know that I feel the same pain that they feel. The growing pains that we're going through right at this moment in time is also what we share. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see that this is very, very apparent, that I share not only social media hints and tips, but I show relatable information that says, look, I feel your pain. I've made that same mistake as you have. I do this, I do that. And by being a little bit open, brave, wearing my heart on my sleeve just a little bit, we've found that our channel is growing a little bit quicker. Not overly speedy by any stretch, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of competitors out there. We're not selling fast moving consumer goods here. We're selling a service where only the 6 million people that need our service of the 65 million people that's in this country. So again, our channel is going to grow that little bit slower. So you need to understand who your target audience is. And I genuinely want you to be really, really specific about it. You should always consider why people should watch your content. How are you going to distinguish your content from everybody else's? Well, for us, we want to build a community of like-minded entrepreneurs and people in business that want to share with us their journey. They want to come along and just see what mistakes we've made so that they don't necessarily feel as lonely, as left out. Oh, and by the way, let me help you with your social media. You know, so again, nobody thinks, I'm going to subscribe to this channel because I like the way they sound, or, you know, somebody else is following them. They're going to subscribe to your channel because they like what you've got to say. And of course, what you've got to offer. You've got to genuinely think about, if I am going to put a video out and somebody's going to award me 10, 15, 20 minutes of their time is far more valuable than yours. That's what I want you to understand, is that somebody else thinks more about their time than they do about yours. And you have to be selfless in the way in which you're broadcasting this content. Because if you then start thinking, nobody's interested, I ain't putting this out anymore, you are just about to move away from YouTube just at the right time. Just as you start to feel friction, just as it starts to get difficult, just as you start to get despondent, is about the time when it's going to turn around for you. We was like that 6 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden, 1 lead, 2 leads, 3 leads, 4 opportunities come in, and we're like, oh, okay, it actually does work. And then we started getting feedback, telling people telling us they want more. Now they're asking us questions. Can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? They have begun to feed our YouTube channel with their requests, their wants, and their needs. Only 217 genuine subscribers. Do you want any more customers than 217? We're about at that kind of like level now. We're about to go to the next level of our business growth, purely because most of the people that subscribe to our channel are people that want to hear from us. It's not vanity, it's absolutely genuine subscribers. Next question I want you to ask yourself is, how are you going to deliver this content? Is it going to be every day or once a week? Okay. Is it going to be at a particular time of the day? Our videos get dropped every Thursday afternoon at the same time. We have a number of different types of videos. We have a Just Ask Rik video that drops at 12 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. We have another video talking about the journey of Be More Social and any social media hints and tips as well, that drops on a Friday late afternoon so that people can consume it over the weekend. And every month do we have some kind of special, if you like, sorry, that people can engage with and sort of watch and understand just a little bit more about us. In fact, what I'll do is I'll share the screen with you and you can see the differences, the various different videos that we put out there on a regular basis. Now, just to give you some kind of indication, this is our YouTube channel. Now, you can see here that this is one of our specials. You've got the ultimate playlist for your business, 7 social media hacks, top 5 marketing tips. We've got these original short films that go out on a regular basis. We did do a weekly vlog that was really, really popular. And of course, there's our Just Ask Rik show that goes out every Thursday. And that's just got a little bit longer, okay? We do that live now. So if I click on videos, you can see here that this Just Ask Rik show, Ask Me Anything, 21 minutes long. This is our live show that we put out every Thursday and sort of give people the opportunity to engage with it. We're trying everything. So you've got a scheduled event. This is the tips, the hacks of social media, X, Y, or Z. This is also the short movie style, documentary style videos that we put out on a regular basis. And of course, our lives. So you've got a huge opportunity to really mix it up and give people a good insight into what it is that you do. I'll go back to the slides. Now, what I want you to do is find your niche and build the hell out of it. Make sure that somebody understands what it is that you do or who it is that you're going to speak. So think of something specific, as you need to appeal to a very specific audience. And that's the thing that people don't get. They put out quite broad content and expect it to be watched or consumed. I really, really, really implore you to think about your niche. You would expect my niche to be about social media. It's not. My niche is about budding entrepreneurs and trying to build a community of like-minded people. Again, that way, we don't sound like we're about to sell them something. If I say to you, come and watch me about my social media stuff, then unfortunately, what actually happens is it turns you off straight away. But when you look across the board from all of my channel, you'll see here how to grow your business, Instagram wins, how to start a beginner's guide. This is not for social media, that's for business. You know, improve your sales team. I'm giving away secrets that I have learned along the way on how my sales team convert and things like this. Business success, what the mistakes that I found along the way as well. So again, I'm giving people that true inside view, and I'm trying to build a personal brand around Rik Courtney, me, and trying to deliver that authority marketing view as to how and why we do what we do. Confirm your value proposition. Once you've thought about and answered all of those questions above, it's time to identify your value proposition. Remember, YouTube is not a sales tool, okay? It is a tool that adds people into a funnel, so much so that you can deliver an opportunity where people are being bumped down and looking out for your content. You're trying to build a digital relationship up here. It's authority in the first instance that you're wanting. So eventually you're going to generate a fan base. People are going to love and look out for your content. And the way in which you portray that and deliver that, first of all, is understanding what people need. Now, it might not help you in this instance, but my favorite example of understanding what a value proposition is Steve Jobs. Now, I'm not sure whether anybody watching today is as old as me. However, I used to have a yellow Sony Walkman, okay? It then upgraded to a yellow Sony CD player that I put around my shoulder, and the CD player had the coolest headset in the world. I thought it was the business. At that point, there were plenty of MP3 players out in the marketplace. And when I looked through the Argos, or I think it was the Littlewoods at that moment in time catalog, these MP3 players told me that there was 256 megabyte of storage space. Now in the chat, if you remember anything like this, put a yes. Let me know that I'm speaking some kind of sense here, and let me know that this was you and you had one of these Walkmans as well. But I did, unfortunately. Now, all of a sudden, a year or so later, Steve Jobs come out with the iPod. And it wasn't that it had a cool name associated with it. What it was Steve Jobs come out on stage and he says, you see this device here? This device allows you to put 1,000 songs in your pocket. Now I got it. I completely resonated with this product. I did not resonate with 156 megabyte of storage data. I was like, well, I don't want to carry a Word document around with me. I have a floppy disk or a zip drive those days, you know? Again, it's Well, man, oh yes. Okay, loved you, Sony. See, good. So I'm talking to the right audience. I don't feel so bad nor embarrassed anymore. However, when Steve Jobs come out with this, it completely resonated with me and I got what this man was on about. Now I wanted also to walk around with 1,000 songs in my pocket. You have to speak in a way that touches people. You have to communicate in a way that makes people think, do you know what? I didn't really know that right at this moment in time. Now I get what these guys are on about. And he did it in a selfless way. He wasn't necessarily saying, buy this product. You said out loud, I need this product in my life, which is why we go out there and we offer value selflessly. We don't really expect anything from it. I tell you everything you need to know about social media, using YouTube and everything else on all of my videos in the hope that maybe you resonate with our authority marketing so that you need us in your life to hold you accountable and make sure that it looks as good as it could possibly be. That is it. Eventually it comes good. Now, back in the day, all of this stuff was called the freemium model. Now, the freemium model is not a buzzword anymore. It's a kind of absolute must. What I want you to do is I want you to have a look at your competitors' pages. And I'm not talking about your competitors' pages that are in your postcode or on your doorstep. What I want you to look at is people that you aspire to be like. Look at their YouTube channels, have a look at the value that they give away and try and not mimic them, but identify your value proposition within all of this, because it's so, so important that you understand how important you are to somebody else. Now, what I want you to consider this is invest in the right audio equipment. I put this here. This is a Rode mic. It goes in your smartphone that you've got with Apple, and it uses the proper little, you can see there that it's got the proper little device at the end there, okay? Now, one thing, especially on YouTube, surprise, surprise, that can be forgiven is poor video quality. The one thing that cannot ever be compromised is audio, because most importantly, it's more what you say. People have to hear you. They're walking around with these things on a regular basis, listening, watching YouTube, consuming this information on a daily basis. So make sure that your audio quality is as good can be. Otherwise, you are just wasting your time creating all of this content. You see all these videos currently now on LinkedIn from time to time where people are going out for walks and all the wind is coming through and all that kind of stuff. What's going to happen is you're just going to switch off. You know, you're going to have put that effort in. You're going to have been very, very brave, because it is. Look, I'll be honest with you. Let me level with you here, right? Now, I'm stood here in front of this camera 5 minutes before we started, nervous as hell, thinking, oh my God, I hope it goes really well. I hope the batteries are charged. I can't believe I'm going to go in front of the camera. I hope my hair looks okay today. You know, I hope I come across right in the right way. We're all got it. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you're going to be nervous. So what you have to do is try and make sure that you're established. These phones are amazing in terms of what their ability has to offer, okay? Now, not only can it record your sound, that there is a £70 opportunity for you to have the audio quality absolutely bang on. The other thing that I want you to consider is if you just use the headset that comes from your phone. The audio quality and the recording quality that comes inside of these things are second to none. Absolutely amazing. We here use what's called a Rode lapel mic. Now, it all depends on your level of investment. This comes with your phone. It is free. You have here the Rode Video Mic ME or Me, and it is £70. This here, in fact, what I'll do is I'll plug my little kit in here so that you can see what it is that we've got to offer. If you want an even better quality sound, here is another Rode mic. It is the Rode RX, the Rode Link RX, and it allows me to be anywhere in the room. This here is where the lapel part goes in, and it allows me to be literally anywhere in the room. And you know what? That's £250. My hope is that you can hear me okay. And again, it's really, really important that you can. But they're not huge investments, and the quality of which, like, our YouTube channel is now taken, is just absolutely amazing. Now, again, all we use is a digital SLR camera. Yes, this is a TV thing because we deliver webinars up and down, well, for loads of different people, but I don't think you have to go too crazy, too mad into creating something. And what I just think that is, when people assume that they're going to be starting using social or YouTube or whatever it might be, they kind of go into it haphazard without any consideration as to what and how it's going to feel. With that in mind, what I want you to try and create is a formula with templated videos. Your videos need structure. Remember, it's not you that's going to be watching these videos back. It's going to be, maybe in the hope, a fan base. So develop a structure, maybe even storyboard it out just a little bit so that it gives you guidance. What we're trying to create is confidence, okay? Trying to get in front of this camera is hard enough. And as soon as that camera switched on, whatever's up here has gone. It's disappeared. What a storyboard brought to me when I first started all of this stuff was just like an opportunity to compose myself and record those videos in small chunks, in small, be it 5-second chunks, 60-second chunks, 2-minute chunks. I didn't care. So long as I could record these videos in small chunks so that I can edit them all together in the future, that's all that mattered to me. All right. So your videos need structure. Think of how you would develop a show formula, an introduction, a teaser of what's going to be going on for the rest of the video. Then you could have a branded intro if you wanted to, followed by an introduction to who you are from your viewers. Again, you got to remember, not all of these people are going to be subscribers. If you are consistent with your broadcast, YouTube is going to be suggesting that video to more people so you can attract more subscribers as well. So all of these things have to be really, really considered. You might think that you're repeating yourself. I deliver a webinar called The 5 Fundamentals, and I worry continuously that it's the same webinar I did last week. It's the same webinar that I did the week before, and week before. But I've just got to be realistic with myself. I'm not Gary Vee nor Grant Cardone. Who the hell am I? I'm a nobody in this kind of space. So I've got to appreciate that nobody's seen everything that I've got to offer. So it's fine. Make sure that your structure is consistent in the way in which you deliver it. All right. So first of all, when you create this, I want you to create a teaser. Now, my teaser, I often record after my main bulk of content. The reason being is because I'm a little bit ad hoc. The only thing I will go with is maybe a storyboard. I will not go with a script, because what it has me doing, it has me giving it one of these. I'm not making eye contact nor connection with the viewer. You've got to think from a psychological perspective, how do you want to be perceived? It is hard work, very hard work. Look, this is myself right at this moment in time. It is hard work. I'm looking into this camera right now, assuming that it's you, assuming that what I'm looking at is actually a human being, and I'm trying to help them as best I can. And I want you to get in that mindset as well. People, when they look at your phones and watching this type of stuff, are actually hanging off your every word. They're believing in everything that you've got to say, especially if we've gone past, I'd say, the first quarter or the first half of that video. So keeping eye contact with the camera is going to be really, really important. So try and make sure that you've templated your video out so much so that it becomes a little bit easier. You're like, right, I've put that section to bed now. Now I can move on. So I first of all create my main core of content. Okay, so to give you an idea, and I'll start from top to bottom. First of all, what I want you to have is an introduction, a teaser of what's going to be on for the rest of the video. Then you could have a branded intro with like logos and things flashing all over, but that's not necessarily right at this moment in time. Not forgetting the call to action to subscribe to your channel. Remember, like and subscribe to this. Don't forget to hit the notify button to make sure that you're notified. Every video, I say that. So it comes up, right guys, thank you for watching this video. What's coming up in this video is a how to use YouTube. There are some amazing tips in here with a little bit of optimization towards the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and hit the notify button to make sure you're notified for when I bring out my next video. I say that before every video. okay? But you can see how my teaser was an introduction as to what to expect. People just like it. They're like, okay, I've come to the right place. So by that point, they've already made the decision to watch the rest of the video. Now, not forgetting the call to action to like and subscribe. We then deliver the real content, and at the end, wrap up with another call to action. For more great information like this and for other blog articles, why not visit our website, whereby there'll be plenty of blog articles on X, on Y, on Z. Why not follow our other channels? We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Again, that way you've got this huge video that is of asset to not just YouTube. It's of asset to everything else moving forward as well. Now you've gone to that effort of creating that video. So what I want you to do is not only upload it to YouTube first, give YouTube that shine for 14 days. Then after that, if you make it just under 10 minutes long, what you then have the ability to do is upload it to LinkedIn, especially for videos like mine, which is more a B2B relationship type thing. That way, LinkedIn doesn't like videos over 10 minutes long. That way you can spread your digital footprint as wide as can be. Now on LinkedIn, our views are just under 2,000 views on the videos that we put out. Yeah, on YouTube, they might hit 100, but what it also does is it gives us great SEO value. Our website views have increased as well, because not only when do we put great videos out, but we optimize our page as well. And I'll show you what we mean by that in a short while. What I'd love for you to do, okay, is get a little bit geeky behind all of this, and that is to learn to love the analytics, okay? The first one I want you to have a look is click-through rate. This represents how enticing your titles are and how clickable your thumbnails seem to anybody else, okay? This is very, very important. Next, check your current click-through rate. I mean, let's say it's 2, 4, 6, or 8%. Look, on average, it doesn't sound like a lot. All right, but that's what the average click-through rate is. So let's not get too excited. I'd be happy to sit between 4 and 8% all day long, no problem at all, until we build brand equity, yeah? Until your brand becomes valuable, then you're gonna start seeing 10, your 15s. I very rarely reckon that Gary V, Grant Cardone seeing any more than 15 or 20% in terms of their reach. It's never going to happen. Seriously, you know, let's get realistic about it, especially seeing they've got millions and millions of followers. Your click-through rate is going to get worse. I'll be honest with you. Now, I'm going to show you how to get access to all of this information as well. So here is my YouTube channel. Click on the presenter video, and can you see there? Let me pause that. You can see here, you've got analytics. Simply click on that and just have a quick overview. Just have a look. Don't necessarily get too bogged down and deep into it. You know what I mean? We had 991 views on that. We had watch time is 35 hours. We had 7 subscribers because of whoever watched those videos. This is another thing. You know, that's why your videos are going to be good, great, and interesting, because then that way people can watch them. This video it did take us time to create, if I'm honest with you. But it was really valuable, because what it did was, for those 1,000 people and our incumbent customers, this is what it's all about. It's not just about finding new customers. It's about building authority in your space, and maybe even building a stronger relationship with your incumbent clients. We work completely remotely and have done for 4 years. It's very easy to have a very cold exterior. When nobody meets you in person, shakes your hand, pats you on the back, or gives you some kind of great encouragement, it's very easy for that business to seem really, really cold and lifeless. However, with a YouTube channel and a sensible strategy and a broadcast, our customers now know a little bit more about us. They warm to us. They stay with us for a little bit longer because of all the help, advice, information that we put out for free, as well as the paid stuff. So again, we give people an insight into how we operate, into the team here at Be More Social, especially with the vlogs. There's a lot of stuff that I think genuinely assists your business right now. Now, insights are going to be really important for you here. By uploading your video, all right, it gives you that opportunity, as I showed you before. Just click on these insights and have a look at the reach. You know, we had 936 impressions, 7.7 click-through rates. We've got an average click-through rate there. We've got 991 views and 841 unique views. And the 841 new people saw the video, which is I'm kind of happy with. Okay, now views from impressions 73, watch time from impressions in hours is nearly 3 hours worth of watch time. So again, all of this information is really, really interesting, because that tells you whether the video is interesting or not. There's a lot of interest in that video, you know, and it's something that like really, really helped us build presence. But as things move on, what you can do is you can have a look at all sorts of other stuff. So the average, we had unique watchers is 841. The average person watched it just over once. And we gained 707 subscribers as a consequence. But look at this, the age and gender of the audience, 100% of it was male. That upsets me a little bit, if I'm honest with you. Not that I think I'm a ladies' man, that come out really, really wrong. But you know, what I want, what I'm thinking here is like we're missing a marketplace here. For some reason, it might be the thumbnail. You know, it might be too aggressive in its view, too dark, too gray, too foreboding, maybe. I don't know. All of this stuff, all these insights allow me to go into it and have a look at these things. You know, you tell me, answer, do you think this is, in terms of a thumbnail, too masculine a thumbnail to sort of, you know, attract a female viewer? But again, by looking at this kind of stuff, it just gives you that opportunity to just go through this and make these like minute changes that might make a difference to your broadcast. Now, maybe if I look at something else that's a little bit more colorful here, in terms of the way in which it looks, Instagram, let's have a look, for example. An 8%, and a sort of a 8-hour watch time. It's not bad considering it's a short video. And we'll have a look at gender. Not enough demographic information, so gender. Interesting. 84% not subscribed. Only 15% of our subscribers watch it. Again, very, very interesting. Now, I know I'm jumping about a little bit, just going from slide to slide and learn how to view these analytics and things like that. But all of this stuff that I'm talking about feeds into the analytics. Okay. Now, how we promoted the video, again, I'll show you, real talk now, how we promoted the video for the 1,000 views that we got was aggressively, okay? Not overly aggressively that we frustrated and annoyed people, but sensibly. Now this here is our featured video. Underneath is our playlists. Each of these videos, if I'm honest with you, should receive the same level of share as this. Now, our movie clip is what we call it, or original short film that we put out on a monthly basis, received extracts, 30-second snippets saying, here's a valuable snippet from this, and in the link, not in the status, in the comments below, we said, watch this video or watch the complete video here. But we thought about the status update. We thought about how that read so that people click through. Because look, again, real talk, you're going to start using YouTube, maybe on my say so, and you're going to get despondent because nobody's finding it. You can put all the search term, the keywords, the tags, we'll cover that in a bit. You can do it to your heart's content. But what's going to get you the views is if you start forcing the arm of these views. Now, as a playbook, what we did was we created every other day a short extract or snippet from that video and broadcast it on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram with the link in the bio or a link in the comments saying, watch the complete version here. And as a consequence, within 24 and 48 hours or so, we received 1,000 views. Fantastic. Brilliant. And we got like I think 30 or 40 new subscribers, and all of this stuff is experimental. Now, We also have a MailChimp list of 2,500 people. So every now and again, coming soon, Rik's video on how COVID impacted him resonates here. Yeah, how it impacted his business. We lost 80% of our clients. Real talk. Again, sharing that stuff. People are feeling that same fear. Again, broadcasting this content and really being honest and open with the way in which we do business here at Be More Social. And it generated that kind of push. Now, the other stuff, again, we promote that every Thursday through our MailChimp sort of campaign. And most of the 50, 60, 70 views that we receive come from that initial push. Every Thursday, the week following, we drop that MailChimp that email to all our MailChimp connections and say, listen guys, check this video out and watch it. Now what happens is we get that instant algorithmic boost and you'll start seeing my video appear in various places and positions. But my hope is eventually that people start to grow, people start to follow us and start to like just exactly what it is that we have to offer. Now, next slide. Oh. What I'd like you to do is verify your YouTube channel now. If you've got one, get it verified because it's so important. Now I've got this video here and I'm going to share that in the, I think that's not going to open. A second, let me copy that for you guys. I'll copy that and I'll put it in the chat for you because this video is really, really important. And I'll tell you for why in just a second when I've copied this. Now this video has helped me no end to verify my YouTube channel. And the reason why you need to verify your YouTube channel, oh, that's a bit loud, sorry, is so that you can start adding thumbnails. You see a load of videos that's going out there right this moment in time with no thumbnails, and I think that's a channel killer. Okay, you have to start standing out. These is a thumbnail. This doesn't have a thumbnail. Look at the difference between the two. How ugly is that one? You know, I mean, it's got just me and Ben sat there chatting, having some kind of fireside chat type thing. But you see here, we've got this nice thumbnail that's hopefully is attractive and stands out a little bit. And all of these can be created in Canva. Now, again, my hope is that some of you guys...
So what we're going to talk about today is Grant Cardone versus...
Sorry. Now, if I open Canva up, just give me a yes or a no if you've used Canva or you know what Canva is out there. Be really interested to get a view of just who here uses Canva. Yeah, you use Canva, fantastic. Canva's amazing, okay, and it's absolutely free. But what I want you to do, Canva's great, have used Canva, never heard of Canva. Well, I'll put the link in the URL for those people that haven't heard of it. It's free, it costs nothing, and it gives you the opportunity to use it in such a varied way as well. So there's the link for Canva. If you want to sort of have a click, sign up for a free account. Be very careful. It's going to ask you for £10 a month or £15 a month, but scroll down, have a look at the sort of sign-in place, and it says, try this for free. Click on that little kind of link that takes you to the next step. Now, what you can do is if you click here and you start typing the keyword YouTube, can you see YouTube channel art, display ad, icon, thumbnail? It gives you loads of suggestions for creating YouTube thumbnails. Look at them. You don't need to be a design expert. All you need to do is identify something that suits you, your brand, and what it is that you've got to offer. Nice and easy and simple to do. I'll click that one just for example, but literally you can change the wording up here. And if you've got some images uploaded yourself, all you need to do is upload a picture of you doing something entertaining or inspirational and drag it in. Boom, you've changed it. And again, really, really simple. Add your own logo in as well at the same time. There we go. There's the Be More Social logo. There. There is no mistaking maybe that that's come from Be More Social. If you know our brand, all you have to do is literally download that. It puts it as a PNG in your downloads folder and you've got a thumbnail. So you can edit that text, you can say whatever you want about it. But what I want you to do is try and be really consistent. Stick to one theme. Don't mix it up a little bit, but the only way in which it gives you the opportunity or the availability to upload a thumbnail is by verifying your account. It's a simple process. It's only an email verification, but YouTube seemed to make it really, really difficult, if I'm honest with you. No idea about Canva. Listen, there's loads of YouTube videos out there on how to use Canva, but think about what it is that you help people with and what search terms are being used out there at the minute. Now, we're moving forward. I do digress a little bit because if something comes to mind, I have to say it, I apologize. What I also want you to do is create an interesting channel banner, okay? Make sure that it's lively, it's on point, and it's branded as well. You see that our banner here is sort of in line with everything that we've got to offer. So you can see that my banner, it falls in line with all of my branding underneath, all right? Now, these are older videos, so they can't really go through all that kind of stuff and, you know, try and change up the thumbnails, although we are going through it right this moment in time. But everything moving forward on that top row is all sort of branded up. So people feel like they know that they've come to the right place. You know, they've seen a thumbnail on here. So again, I'm going to do a how to use Canva. This would be a typical search. You can see all of these things. The one thing that people do and they spend a lot of time on is building their thumbnail. This is going to help you. Again, all of these different things. You know, this guy, like, there's nothing there to suggest that he even knows how to use Canva. Real kind of like one of the biggest tips and the most simplest tips that you have the ability to be able to do. Now, I've got 10 minutes, all right, because I think that was my my last slide before the break. So I'm not going to let you go just yet because I've got you for the next 10 minutes. So what I want to try and do is add just a little bit more value moving forward. What I want you to consider is if you haven't got I don't know, Final Cut Pro, iMovie, which is a video editing tool, or anything like that, try and consider using Canva. Now, remember when I said to you, you can use a storyboard to storyboard out all of your segments, okay? This will help you when you come to edit your video as well, because you can create this 7-second videos. You will notice that I practice what I preach. I'm not telling you to do stuff that's going to make you feel improper or unprofessional. We have an intro. Yes, we have our mini movies are quite well shot, are professionally done, but our hacks and our tips are purposefully done in the way in which we kind of teach people as well. So the cuts are sharp, are kind of glitchy, are not sexy in any way, just so that we can show people you don't have to be. You just genuinely don't have to be at all. And so what I want to do is show you the process on creating your own video. Now, my hope is that you've taken on board some of the things that we said. You know your target audience. You know just exactly what it is that you're going to do. Now, if you did a search here for video, what we have here is videos. You can edit videos directly in Canva. I think it's exciting and it's an amazing little tool to be using. So if I click on this video here, you can see we've got multiple videos in one Canva document, okay? You've got a beginning, a middle, and an end. So imagine what I've just said to you here, guys, in terms of laying up your video and how it's going to look and how it's going to feel. This being your intro. In today's video, what I'm going to do is do this and do that. And of course, do the other. This is the 3-second video. What I want you to do is remember to like, subscribe, and of course, hit the notify button. This is the main crux of the information, the main crux of the detail. Tip 1, tip 2, tip 3. maybe tip 4, 5, 6, and end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Please do remember, we have a YouTube channel. We do have all sorts of different things as well that we'd like you to subscribe to, and this be your end screen there. All of that done in Canva. Oh my God, and it's for free. I don't pay for Canva myself, not at all. What I do is I just simply upload the video to Canva. Just at the top here, you've got video, and just simply drag and drop those elements in as I would do a picture, really quite simply, and no major deal. So I'm just going to click that. I'm going to drag that over there. There we go. I'll grab my next video, scroll down, and drag that over there. And the same here. You can see how easy it is just literally to sort of create those videos and have you looking the business, branded up, all with the right color behind it. And of course, now you know to verify your account, because what you are going to do is you are going to upload a thumbnail as well. So everything that you're going to be broadcasting is going to be big brand presence and feel. The 24 years that I've had in this industry is all about branding yourself, branding your logo. Okay, I represent my logo. So do my guys as well. Don't think just because I'm out on the video all the time, it's me, it's all about me. It's not. It's all about the business and the perception that people have of me that then sells the service. It makes it easier for my guys then to sell moving forward. One of you is going to have to be really, really brave out there and stick your neck above that parapet and understand that a degree of personal branding, because people buy from people. I bought from Steve Jobs all them many years ago when he told me I could put 1,000 songs in my pocket. I believed him. People buy from people. So please, please make sure that you are brave enough to go out there and have a go and stick your neck above that parapet and give it a crack. Now, on that note, what I am going to do is give you guys a break right at this moment in time, and maybe for the last 3 minutes, see if there's any questions. Have we got any questions, Rory?
Yes, we do actually. So the first question we've got is from Annette, and it is, what is the difference between impressions and views?
Okay, there's good questions. Impressions are, what you'll notice is the impressions rate is often higher than the views. And that is because an impression is the amount of times the video has been seen. It doesn't necessarily mean it's been watched. It's just been the amount of times the video has been seen, which means kind of nothing. We often like just to report if it's social on reach, or if it's on YouTube, it's on views. Views are the most important thing.
Perfect. And we've got another question here from Misha, and it is the pro version of Canva worth it?
I've heard people say yes, because they can share files with friends, family, colleagues, and all that kind of stuff. They can house logos in there. But for me, no, I don't think it is. You got enough to pay for month on month for a business. So why pay for Canva as well, even if it is only $10 or $15?
Perfect. Well, that's all the questions we have for now. We can take an early break and come back a bit earlier. So if we leave it, leave now, 5 minutes time.
Yeah. Well, if we come back at 5 past, at least it gives people enough time. It gives a physical time to come back, and I'll be good. I'll make sure I won't go on too much after this next bit.
Sounds perfect. Okay, we're going to cut to a short 5-minute break, and we'll be back at 5 minutes past 11. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome your host, Rik, who's going to be carrying on with the second half of the session just now.
Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, I need to turn my aircon off because can you hear it buzzing away? I beg your pardon. Let me turn this off. So unprofessional. I'm back. Apologies. Right, this next half I hope is going to be as good as the first. It's probably going to be less inspiring because we're talking about the techie side, the bits that you have to do to make all of this stuff work. Now, this only comes after you've considered everything else we discussed before, okay? All the value proposition, why are you even bothering in the first place? Because if you don't know that, going to this great length of intricacy and detail and filling certain bits and bobs in, it's just going to be a complete waste of time. So first of all, consider all of that stuff we spoke about first. My hope is that you took plenty of notes, okay? So moving on. What I want you to do is optimize your videos to receive the views in the first place. Now, YouTube is a video search engine, much like Google. In fact, it's owned by Google and comes under the same algorithmic constraints and rules and principles, if you like, of YouTube, of Google. So consider that everything that you're doing is being watched, monitored, graded. So optimization is absolutely key, okay? What I want you to do is complete your entire YouTube profile. If you haven't yet added the finishing touches, you've got to do it, okay? There's loads of areas. You have the channel description in the About tab. I'll show you where that is. So in the About tab of your profile, provide a keyword-rich overview of what people can expect when they subscribe to your channel. This includes links to your website and social accounts here as well. Now, I'm going to show you where that area is. If you bear with me, I've got all sorts open here. The About section. There it is. So as you go to your YouTube channel, you've got home, videos, playlists, channels, discussions, and of course, about. All right, so make sure that you fill all of this stuff in. So by hitting the customize channel, you go through all of this stuff here. So fill out this area. Make sure where it says in the description, you put this keyword rich, like warts and all view of what it is that you do. And of course, you add all your links to your website, your Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. You need people to get access to you, okay? For any business inquiries here, do fill in your email address. Otherwise, you're not going to get any business. How is it going to happen? Yeah, really, really important. You can see here that we've had 4,229 views since joining in the 11th of September, 2019. So for me, that was kind of like in a year, we've had 4,000. So you can see that we fell asleep in the first part of having this YouTube experience. You know what I mean? So now we're kind of a year on. We're kind of like woken up a little bit and understand that it is a really valuable source. I had a dislike of Google. I think that's what it was, because it kind of punished social media quite a lot. I turned my back on it for a while thinking, you know, you're giving us such a hard time here. You're making it really difficult. You're suppressing anything that's got a YouTube link. And I'm trying to help you. I'm driving traffic to your platforms and your sites. So I fell out of love with it. However, I understood the importance of my website. My website has become very, very valuable into the conversion of what it is that we do. So we've taken a very close look at YouTube and how it works. So ensure that this is keyword rich, full of the type of information that people really do want to hear. All right. So simply done. All you have to do is click on these elements, edit it, and hit done. The same thing here. You know, you can add more links if you want to, or by clicking that add button, adding the links to your various platforms, various websites. Some people may have 2 or 3 different websites. You know, you could be really, really clever and add another area instead of, you know, saying, instead of that being website, you can have that one as a specific offer. Let's say, for example, you know, you might be really, really clever and shrewd about what it is that you do. Cleverer than us by the looks, you know what I mean? Nobody's listening to me upstairs. However, what you could be doing is you could be adding special, we do a free review, we do a first month free to our system. By putting all of these things inside here, making sure that people know about it is key. People always have a look at the About Us section. That page alone's got 4,229 visits. So again, of course, it's a very valuable sort of commodity to us. So make sure it's entirely filled out. And I'll tell you another reason. It's not just because it's keyword rich and people can find you. The platform itself, YouTube, will judge you for not using that section. The amount of places that we go to that has nothing inside that space, no links, no text, no description. There's so many pretty big businesses out there as well that just leave that area blank, you know, and it's a requirement, okay, for you. It kind of ignites certain things in the back end of the platform so that it understands that you appreciate it that little bit more. Same as all the platforms, optimization is key. It's a igniter. You know, when you fill in your LinkedIn profile and it calls you an all-star for filling all the fields out, it's just all LinkedIn is doing is being really obvious as to how it's going to reward you for filling all these things out. Don't get it twisted. All the other platforms have the same view of a unoptimized and lazy look and feel to any of its platforms. You have the channel icon. This is this bit here. This is the Rik bit. Again, putting your logo inside that space, making sure that you're obvious. Again, upload a high-res version of your logo, or that's just because we're building a personal brand inside that space. But we also have a Be More Social one as well. If I do a search for here, Be More Social. There's our channel. We've got loaded the logo. We've got a simple timeline cover up there. We've got all the playlists. You can see that it's optimized as well at the same time. So all of this stuff is just as it's supposed to be. We've got the About Us section with the website links and the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook in there already. So again, it all makes absolutely clear sense. All of this is keyword rich in terms of like how we want to be found on the timelines and news feeds. Again, making sure that it's all optimized correctly. So please don't be sort of understanding, like I said to you, don't start a YouTube channel without seriously finishing it. The channel art is going to be really important as well. So this is the top of your profile here. My channel art absolutely marries up and matches up with all of the artwork underneath as well. So you can see that the fonts, this doesn't match all of this type of stuff, but the key elements do. The fonts are always the same. They don't detract, you know, understanding simple branding etiquette, I suppose, to a degree, is yes, although this is a special feature, the how your business can bounce back, those like channel art areas are always making sure that we are on point with our branding. Okay, so use this banner space to welcome new viewers to your channel, to tell people, describe people what it is that you do. This area is a good way to promote your channel schedule as well. So again, I think that's a nice idea that we might kind of put out on there. Upcoming exhibit, use it as a banner ad, product launch or service, master channel art, and nab some free templates, again, with a guide that we've got available for many people. All right, now I'm gonna go back to my channel here. And the way that which you do that is click on this little symbol of a camera. And when it loads, YouTube's having a little bit of a glitch at this moment in time, as it would do. This is live after all. Upload the channel art. Nope, it's kind of like gone off script, I'm afraid. And it's going to do that because we're live, of course. But again, generally what happens is you get a pop-up window, you get opportunity to crop it and upload a new picture to your slide. Really, really simple kind of thing to do. Now, I'm going to see if I can just show you where that space is. Here we go. So again, what I've done here, I'm just going to go back one. I'm going to customize my channel, and I'm going to click the edit channel art and drag and drop whatever art it is that I've created. Now, going back to Canva, understanding all the correct dimensions, the width, the depth, all these kind of things is going to make sure that you create something that fits perfectly well across all the various different platforms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search for YouTube channel art. And it gives you all the channel art sizes that you're going to need. Now, this is going to work for the mobile. You can see here that all of this artwork sits perfectly in the middle. I want you to mimic that. It's really important that you understand that. Mimic what they've done here. And they've done it for a very, very specific reason. There's a reason why all of this channel art is slap bang through the middle and doesn't extend beyond the constraints of what they're showing you. And that is because on a mobile, the channel art shows up something completely different. So it shows up this size here. All right. Now, please bear in mind that if you want something to be visible on both mobile and your desktop, when you are creating your channel art, you don't extend beyond these variant constraints. All right. Very, very important. Very important. And this is what I love about something like Canva. They understand and they give you all the cues, all the cues. Now, for me, there should be a description at the top. There should be a description here that tells you exactly how to use it and why you shouldn't extend or write text or anything that needs to be visible externally of what they've shown you. They should. They just should. However, they haven't done. So long as you know from here on out, that's the most important and main thing. Next is optimize for views. Write a strong title. Now, social media, 7 social media hacks that'll improve your ... That is a fail on our behalf because it doesn't finish off what we're trying to say. That's a massive fail. My top 5 marketing tips for your business. That's better because it fits in the space accurately. I don't mind being really brutally honest with you and critiquing my own YouTube channel live on air. That sounds really weird. Here we go back one. So I'm going to go to my titles. This is going to be really important. So how to grow, how to win on Instagram, how to start your business for beginners, looking for inspiration, what you could be doing. So, like how to use Canva or how to win on Instagram. That's a search. You can see here that people have got this here. How to win the Instagram algorithm in 2020. How to win Instagram Gary V, how to win Instagram giveaways, 5 real ways on how to make money on Instagram. This is a real good place to look for inspiration, okay? There is another website that I want you to take note of as well. I think it's Just Ask the Public. Or Answer the Public, sorry. Now, just for your sake, Benjamin, come in here, please. Oh, no. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So we had just 5 minutes for a break, and he very kindly came in and asked me if I wanted a cup of tea, of which I said, yeah, thank you very much. That would be helpful. It is 20 past now, and I've got a cup of tea that's going to go cold. What I want you to do is I want you to think about what people are searching for on the internet. Remember that the YouTube is owned by Google. Google is a search engine, so too is YouTube. Now, this website here called Answer the Public is a facility that puts together all the asked for questions. So if I were to put in here, social media, no, let's keep it YouTube, and hit search. By scrolling down, it will give me a lot of the things that people are asking Google about right now. You've got are, can, what, why, will, who, which, when, where, how, okay? How YouTube Pay works, how YouTube monetization works, how YouTube make money, how YouTube pays UK, how YouTube algorithm works. All of these things will give you, if you wanted to create a YouTube channel that matters to other people, that is actually looking for or feeding people that are looking for these things, this is a good place to come, okay? Because it gives you all the most or top asked for questions, what YouTube videos to make, you know, all of these different things. That's a great title. Do you want to know what YouTube videos to make? Question mark. That'd be my next video, because again, people are struggling. They're like, I don't know what YouTube, what YouTube videos gets the most views. Again, that's the next one. What YouTube videos gets the most views? Of course, people are going to want to know that information. They turn into Google to search for these things. So using Answer the Public to identify titles they're going to be clicked through and read is really, really important. And what better place to look than Answer the Public? The reason being is because it resonates with what people are actually typing into the search engines, into Google, into YouTube. What YouTube videos gets the most views? What YouTube videos should I make? What YouTube channel should I make? What YouTube play buttons are there? So many different ideas, inspiration for content that actually resonates, that will give you the answers for your value proposition. Maybe again, this is not just a good place for YouTube videos, but it's a good place for blog titles. It's a good place for social media inspiration content. You know, it's a real sort of good sort of use. So Keith has used it. Great man. It's a really good tool. Keith, you use it on a regular basis. It's helpful for your broadcasts. Next slide. Here we go. What am I doing here? I need to go to the next slide. Okay, so write strong titles. Titles is the one of the primary signals YouTube's algorithm and viewers look to evaluate your video. They're putting the two and two together, okay? So what YouTube are doing is they're almost answering the public themselves. They're listening what's going off on the timeline, and you're thinking, hang on a second, people are searching for this as a question or sentence, or what's called a search string. This particular video answers said search string. Let me give it to them, okay? Not only can you search for, in fact, we'll do a test now. Let's have a live test. Not only, so if we have here, I'm going to copy this particular win on Instagram's algorithm, okay? And let's see what happens. Oh my days, Rick, stop doing that. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to do a search in here. There we go. So not only are YouTube giving you links as well, but what they're giving you are videos in your search. So understanding, again, when the algorithms, when the Instagram algorithm, it's the same video. It's the same video. So this is Illinois win algorithm. Let's click here. Sorry, here. When the algorithm, here she is. Let's have a look. No, let's skip that ad. Oh, it's an advert. God damn it. Never mind. But you can see it's exactly the same video. So we've got Lindy Goodson. Lindy Goodson, 22,000 subscribers, because she's savvy. She understands what people are looking for. So again, you not only are you going to be showing up in terms of people like, how do I use the YouTube to find customers? How do I use YouTube? What videos do I choose? All of it is not only going to be showing up in the list, but again, the Google searches really now give you an amazing opportunity to show up in search. So why wouldn't you use YouTube, especially if you're kind of inside that space and trying to get some value from it? Keith, what about using video rather than YouTube? So what I'm going to do, Keith, is I'll answer that because I've asked it out loud. So what about using Vimeo rather than YouTube to hold the videos? I will probably use LinkedIn a lot to post videos as a 14-day cooling off is sufficient. So again, Vimeo for me doesn't get those same valuable assets, okay? Because Google owns YouTube, it puts precedence over anything else moving forward. Yeah, so you give it an opportunity to view all, and most of the place it'll take you is YouTube. Now you can see here, if I look, you've got later and you've got Hootsuite. Now, if I click on this one here, just to give you an indicator, and scroll down to find the video, wherever it is, come on, help me out here. Can you see? This is hosted on YouTube. So not only are they identifying YouTube videos, they're also going deep into anybody's URL and also giving that specific blog post the boost it needs to be found on the Google search engines, because it hosts a YouTube video inside it. So it's giving that blog article extra power, which means you're getting more visitors to your website as a combination of the both. Now, if you use Vimeo, there's no Vimeo, they're not showing it up. Google is aggressive. They're very, very naughty. For me, very, very bad. Okay, there is no Vimeo. I used to use Vimeo because, like I said, I completely fell out of love with Google altogether. For some reason, I thought I could take on the world and think, no, Google, you are far too powerful, especially if you're suppressing all my efforts in social media right at this moment in time. I'm going to use video. I'm natively uploading to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. But instead, I've bolded and decided to work with it, because what it has done for us is give us those YouTube views, and it's also given us those website views as well, especially when we embed videos into our blog articles as well. So again, Vimeo for me is not great. However, I much prefer Vimeo's user experience. I much prefer the quality in which Vimeo does it. But for me, I've foregone the quality and gone for the results. Excellent, good question. Strong title, we've gone through that one. Create a strong and standout thumbnail, okay? Even before titles, thumbnails are the first thing that people see. And 90% of the best performing videos on YouTube has one thing in common: they're thumbnails. They're all customized. Please create yourself this brand presence and feel. Okay, a bit of an education here for you as well in terms of how psychologically all of these things work. Now, around all of this stuff, there is an art and a science and a psychology. Okay, this is what we've learned in the many, many years of doing what we do. The art, pure and simply put, is if the artwork is good, you're going to get the stop. People are going to pause. People are going to look at that content. So making sure that the artwork is bright, bold, clear, concise will give you the initial first dwell time. So as people are sliding up and down the timelines and news feeds, here we go, sliding up and down the timelines and news feeds, looking for something to engage with and being sort of busy inside your space. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that it stands out, so they stop with their thumb on that content. That then feeds into the science. The science being the algorithm. So we get that pause because the artwork is good, feeds into the science. Now, that isn't a simple expression of interest. So if you get dwell time for 3 seconds or more, that's a firm decision. That basically doesn't necessarily give you any benefit just yet. It gives the user, the profile viewer, the benefit, because what Google, what YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram kind of understand is that you are interested in this kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is deliver you more of that. Okay. Now, then you get into the psychology. This means that if on social, the status update resonates with here, and you understand the psychology of this individual, it means they're going to follow up on that call to action. So it might be like, comment, share. It might be click on my website. It could be the title. It could be the title of a YouTube video. So what in fact happens is it feeds strongly as a firm indication of interest by this user in your content, not content type. Now, dwell time feeds this person with more type of content like the one that you've just provided. The expression of interest, the click through, then it gives YouTube an indication that this person is interested in you. So understanding the art, the science, and the psychology of all of what you do is really, really important. This goes across the board. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. It's very, very important that you get that. And that way, you're going to start seeing real good benefit from all of that kind of stuff. So making sure that your title, your thumbnail really resonates and stands out, because you would realize the artwork is going to be so much more important to you than you actually think about. Optimize your videos to get views as well. Write a keyword-rich description, okay? I want you to prioritize the first few lines of your description and make sure that it really resonates with people as well, okay? Plug in the keywords that you've zeroed in on, and again, keep trying. Don't spammy is not going to work, especially on Google. They don't like all that kind of stuff. So hitting the keyword every other word isn't going to work, okay? Try and write a description that answers questions, ask things of people. Do you want to know how to use YouTube? Do you want to know what videos to work? Then if so, watch this video because we're going to do blah, 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 blah. All of those are search strings that people are looking for. And that way, your content is going to reach a much wider audience, okay? But what we have done is for us, we include all the links as well. So if I go back to my YouTube channel, home. Here we go. There's a fire alarm. Don't think that's real. So, so let's say, for example, what we're doing now, we're doing the description. So I'll click through on the Instagram one, for example. I then go here and edit video. Making sure my description as is informed as possible is very important, okay? We have a make sure you subscribe here button. We have plenty to say. Now, all of this underneath is the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same on every page. So Rik Courtney is the founder of Be More Social, blah, blah, blah. Let me go back. And again, I'm going to click on this one. And I'm going to edit video. Rik Courtney is the founder, blah, blah, blah. So you don't have to write War and Peace every single time. What you have to try and do is find this block of content that describes you perfectly well, but making sure that the first couple of lines or the first few lines is relevant to the video so that it resonates with people as well. All right, that's the most important part of this. But the rest just feeds information into the algorithm so that you can get found. Later on, what I want you to understand is that you can put all the other links in there. Whilst you do have it in the cover art as well, as you should do, have it all in here, that's fine. You can edit all of that, that's quite easily, no problem at all. But having it at the bottom of every video not only works as you know, clickable links for people to engage with, but it's kind of a soft backlink as well, telling people about your website, telling people about you know, your other social media platforms. That too adds a degree of value. Add cards, end screens, bumper ads, and watermarks, and all sorts of other things to all of this stuff. Cards and end screens, bumper ads, watermarks are clickable calls to action that you can add to your YouTube videos. These elements help your video drive actions and keep people on your channel. A little bit of a rundown of what these are. Cards are small, transparent calls to action that expand when clicked upon. You can add up to 5 per video to direct viewers onto your website, fundraisers, playlists, and more. These things pop up from the sides and are generally easy to edit. Now, by editing the video, you just click on the enhancements and the cards come up. You can add a playlist, a channel, you can add a donation, a poll, or a link. Again, making it very, very easy for you to make it a bit of an immersive experience. Now, this is all a kind of a matter of opinion, if you like. It's entirely up to you whether you do this or not. But here, what I've got is, I can show you actually our cards. So what we've done is, under the details, you can go into the editor section, okay, and then you can add a card. Okay, so video, playlist, channel, you know, you could add apply template, subscribe, link, all these different things that you could add to the video. Now, it all depends on what part of the timeline that you want to add these things into, whether they've become available to you and stuff. But again, give it a go. I find myself personally that they detract from what I'm about to say. I get into a flow so much so that I forget to say, somewhere on this video, there'll be a link and I want you to click on it. You know what I mean? And I just get like lost. But you'll probably be better at it than I am. And you might be able to sort of do those simple calls to action that give you an opportunity for people to click through to your website or watch the next video on your playlist and so on and so forth. Again, why not give it a go? We found that nobody does it for us. However, for you, it might be different. Every industry and business is different. Okay. What I don't want to do is detract from the information that I'm giving away. All right. Because every point I feel that we put out is really, really important. Next slide. End screens. These are your end screens. So you've got an opportunity to subscribe now and the next video in the playlist that you want people to watch. Again, up to 4 clickable frames that appear in the last 5 to 20 seconds of your video. Use them to promote related content on your website or subscriptions, for example. Now, these are very or relatively easy to do. Now, what I can do is I can show you ours. Have I got one on the end of this video? And we, oh, there we go. There it is. Oh. So here you can subscribe to the channel, or here when you click this, it will go through to the next part of the video. Again, relatively easy to do. You just have to be organized. You need to know what's going to become the next step, okay? So what you do here is if I go back one, I've just clicked on the screen very, very quickly. If you just click edit video, what you're greeted with is the end screen or the various cards that you could add as well. As I said before, you can add links, channel playlists. We've kind of covered that already a little bit. Discard those changes. Or you can add the end screen, okay, right at the end, and it will pop up here at the end. And you've got the opportunity to subscribe and, of course, best video. So again, best video and subscribe link comes there. You can move it about, as you can see there. David's going to kill me, but I can move it there if I want to. Got some kind of overlay there or in the middle. Again, it's relatively easy. So again, video playlists. I've already had the subscribe button. Again, really, really, really simple to do. Really simple to do. So I've already had the subscribe button, so it won't happen. But for best videos, they're nice and easy. We've created this simple watermark graphic to be put in play and to make it, I don't know, easier for people to identify it. There's a lot of people that don't. They just kind of put the subscribe button over the video and away they go. If I discard those changes, David won't shout at me. Now, on to the next slide. If you've got any questions, please do keep them coming so that I can answer them towards the very end. Again, adding watermarks to your video gives a little bit of credibility as well to them. We've got like a signature for the Just Ask Rik brand. Again, not overly important, but I just think if the YouTube gives us access to all of these different things to put forward your brand, then why not do it? You know, I kind of like think then, I kind of think, why not? If I go back to my channel now, and I'll show you my watermark. And as the video plays, okay. There isn't one on this video. Typical, damn it. There is one on these videos. There it is. So the watermark is just a simple logo in that bottom corner. Again, just giving it like some kind of credibility. So when you roll the mouse over, you can see there that it goes to full color and you can then subscribe to the channel. You know, if you didn't have one, I don't actually think that that shows up. So much like the video that we should have one on, guys, if you're listening. Here we go. Let's go back to my main video. I don't think the subscribe button comes up, so it gives you an opportunity to subscribe to it. So you can see here, if I run my mouse over this end, it doesn't happen. You don't get this. Oh no, we have got one on. Guys, I apologize. It just comes on a little bit later on. But if you didn't have one on, like at the beginning of this video, it doesn't pop up. You haven't got that opportunity to subscribe to it. So having one is really, really important, all right? I think it's just on a little bit later because people need to get into the video to understand the crux of it. Next slide. Now, I'm kind of finished early. Apologies. I thought there was more to it. So we've got plenty of opportunity for some Q&A and some questions. I do hope you found that really, really helpful. There are some other things that I want to cover before you come in, Rory. I do apologize. I kind of tricked you there, Psych. Apologies. But what I want to do is I want to cover tags. All right. This is the one thing, like as soon as I got to the presentation, like, no, tags. This is going to be really, really important. Rory, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Now, you can see here that the video that we've got talking about all of this stuff has been quite emotive, and we promoted it really, really well. So when you edit the video, you have an opportunity to add a load of tags to it. This too also helps people finding it. Okay, so you can see we've got various tags in. Me, of course, being a tag. If anybody wants to Google Rik Courtney or search on YouTube for Rik Courtney, this tag will help it out. So we've got some basic tags that we put out on a regular basis. So Rik Courtney, social media advice, how to improve your social media is another tag as well. So we add as many tags as we possibly can. Can you see here? We've got 486 available tags out of the 500 we're allowed to put in there. Massive amounts of tags. So what I want you to do is maybe consider 50 to 100 tags that you could be using on a regular basis so that your content gets found. Okay, there's other tags that we're thinking about that we need to go along the way. Again, here uploading your thumbnail could be more easier. Again, editing this thumbnail is very, very simple and easy to do. However, your tags are also a very, very important asset to be able to have your content become more discoverable. Rory, now it's your turn. I apologize, my friend.
No problem whatsoever. Yes, brilliant. So we have got some questions that have come through.
Excellent.
The first one's from Misha. What do you set at your thumbnails so you can have yourself cut out with the elements behind you? For example, your banner image with social media logos in the background.
Good question. We actually use Photoshop. So it's actually an industry tool, I'm afraid. So yeah, we use Photoshop to do that, and it makes it very easy, especially if you know how to do it, to put what's called a clipping path around it, or you could use what's called the magnet lasso, and it cuts around our face, and we could just delete the background, and it makes it relatively easy to do. But it does come, you can Google it. You can do a YouTube search on how to use it, but the subscription for, I think, Adobe costs us about 50 quid a month. We get the full suite on either PC or Mac.
And another question from Misha is, how do you add a watermark?
How do you add a watermark? So you add a watermark on, there we go, by adding it here. Where is it? What I'm going to do is, are you recording this?
Yes, but I might actually stop the recording now.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a video in the link so that you can find how to do this. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. So adding a branding watermark on YouTube. So what I've done is, for the sake of everybody